Kay Ivey, recently spoke out to encourage vaccination, and even the commentators on facts who have been belittling this for a long time.
The fax machine, the gizmo that lets you send a letter over the phone line.
For many black students, these loan forgiveness will wipe out the student debt completely. For others, it'll provide significant relief.
You're not off to a real good start.
If you know Delaware, you know I'm telling the truth. We have the 8th largest black population in America. Congressman George Henry White of North Carolina, delivering his final four speech.
After all, his brain is the size of a walnut.
Folks, we enacted the Inflation Reduction Act, but I want to thank Dick Durbin, Chair of the Judiciary Committee.
This turkey is totally brain dead.
That's tied to more community policing. Y'all work hard to pass the George Floyd Justice Policing Act.
Social justice, 1, 2, 3.
We centered equity in our historic vaccine effort. For everything from refurbishing the decks on aircraft carriers to installing the railings on federal buildings.
Your brain needs to reboot.
Just a few days later, I approved an expedited major disaster declaration. That means federal government will cover 100% of the cost to clear debris. People live without power, without water. Some still in that circumstance.
You sound insane. Do you realize that?
They arranged canvases to bring food, water, and other supplies and commodities connected to communities. I'm confident we're going to be able to do all you want, Governor, and I'm committed to this island.
You ain't fooling me.
Folks delivered food to the elderly who were housebound. They started their generators. They shared their generators with neighbors who had medicine that needed to be refrigerated. And we're going to clean up polluted waters and restore mangrove habitats.
Holy shit.
A young 14-year-old girl who's been suffering from rheumatoid arthritis and osteoporosis.
That's easy for you to say.
In fact, they told university staff that they could get in trouble just for talking or telling students. And that's exactly what we're afraid would happen. This 14-year-old girl.
Wow, that sounded not good.
And so, folks, look, we have a long road ahead of us, rebuilding entire communities from the ground up. I want the people of Florida to know. And the state is co-locating insurance villages.
Close, very close, but wrong.
You may be eligible for another $37,900, not $39,700, $37,900. FEMA has also delivered, as has been mentioned, 4 million meals.
I'm in a math club.
Already 200,000 Floridians, 200,000 families, I should say. The Army Corps of Engineers providing emergency power to hospitals across the state, nursing homes.
That didn't sound quite right.
The Sanibel Causeway is ripped in two, stranding hundreds of people on the other side in California, Oregon, Oregon, Washington State, Idaho. We have over 4,000 federal personnel on the ground.
And what is that word?
And it's going to ensure The tens of thousands new construction jobs. When factories that make these chips shut down around the world.
No signs of the ship.
We're going to support entrepreneurs and technology hubs all across the country, including at historic black colleges and universities, minority-serving institutions. Global foundries and Qualcomm.
Don't get all choked up.
Those chips that store information on your smartphone, among other things. Quantum computing has the potential to transform everything. Our economy has created 10 million jobs, 668 manufacturing jobs.
Is that all?
And allowing Medicare to negotiate drug prices is going to reduce it over the next 10 years, another $300 billion over the next decade. Every single Democrat voted for the Inflation Reduction Act.
Don't you fall into the trap. Democrats are full of crap.
The working class and the middle class. That's who built this country. And by the way, the middle class built America. And it's great to be with Congressman David Trone, who's always working for the working people of this district.
Did you have a stroke? It felt like you had a stroke.
Well, the bill I introduced said we're going to reduce the cost of insulin.
This kind of a tongue twister.
Please have a seat. Thank you very much. Let me start off with two words. Made in America.
Made in America. Made in America.
And it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it.
You could not get insurance if you didn't have a whole hell of a lot of money to buy a private policy. Well, it guarantees that people with pre-existing conditions can have insurance. It's the United States of America, for God's sake. It's the United States of America, for God's sake.
It's like nails on a chalkboard to me.